You're listening to For Better and Worse podcast with Rach and Jeri.
I need you up here. I need you up.
Erect for this. Welcome, Cece.
Hi.
Oh my gosh,
Hello.
I haven't seen you
I know.
since
Jeri's
wedding. Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I saw you in Philadelphia. Wait, no, was that before? Yeah, that was
Yes.
right after.
Yeah.
But still, same.
Yeah. And that was for a brief period of time. And also
Yeah.
I blacked out for most of like every tour before and after shows. I'm like not even really there.
I went to that first stretch of tour with you guys, the
Yep.
trial tour.
Yep.
And I said, this seems like it's for you guys.
Yeah.
I would find it, I think if I were to ever, not that anybody has ever asked to do some sort of tour situation, we would just have to do like a powwow retreat situation. We'd have to sit down, maybe like speed dating with people.
Sure.
I just wouldn't know how to have that many people looking at me at one time.
It's so scary. The best thing about it for me is that my vision is terrible. So I can really only see like
take
the
your
front-
contacts out.
I can only see like the front row. And then it's only until like the end of the show when we put the lights up to do the pajama contest when I see everyone and then I'm like, oh.
And my heart just fell into my butt once again.
But luckily at that point I'm like, cool, we got 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes left of the show. I can rally for this 10 minutes.
Oh
But
my
that's the tough part. I can't look at the crowd before that part.
No.
Because then I know how many people are in there, especially
Yeah.
in places like Chicago where there was like 500 or something. It was
What in the
so
world?
many people, and
What was your favorite tour place you went? It doesn't have to be necessarily show, but like, did you go to anywhere new
this
year?
last time?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we
in
did.
the whole year?
No, not anywhere that we didn't go. Wait, did we? Oh my God! See, they're all like
I feel like they're
Cleveland. We didn't
Cleveland.
go to Cleveland. Like, no offense, but I can
No
go
offense.
there all the time.
Well,
Like,
also I was at the Cleveland,
the
the
show
first
was
Cleveland show
rough.
a year ago, nearly,
Yeah.
and that was ridiculous. And I probably have told this story before, but I walked in on two brothers, and at the time, like I feel like I knew Corey better, and I still kind of feel like I know Corey like better in those situations,
You've
at least
known him
like
for so long.
yeah, in like the Ladies and Tangents universe,
Yes.
like who he is to you guys in
Yes.
those moments. And just I could sense off his body language how mad he was.
Mhm.
And then it's also the family dynamic of Brady and Corey.
Yeah.
And how Brady deals with Corey's anger,
Mhm.
which I believe is getting kind of annoyed that Corey's mad.
Yeah. And Corey's like,
He's
I'm
like the
mad
true
for
little-
a reason, though. This is really bad.
Basically what happened is when Jeri and Ciara go on tour, they tell the venues exactly what they need
Mhm.
in order to do the show.
It's literally in there for a reason. It's not like we're doing it because we like are trying to be any type of way. It's
Just we have a show,
to do the show, and these things are needed, or we can't do that show.
and one of the main things they need is an HDMI cord on stage.
Yep. So that Jeri can run the show.
Run the show, especially for the first show.
Yeah. Because we
that
didn't know.
nobody has seen.
We don't have cues. We just kind of are improving for especially the first show. We're
Yeah.
improving and then we just go into the video, and that Jeri knows when to do it because obviously she knows she's improving. So like there's no cues for us to tell people. There's also so much back and forth that it would be impossible in an hour to explain to someone else how
How?
to do it.
And you know what people's husbands don't want to do? Be the reason why something fucking sucks.
It's wrong. Literally.
Neither.
Corey's like, oh my God. And by the way, he was also listening to me crash out for months about how nervous I was for the show and the dreams that I was having and how scared I
Stress
was
dreams.
that something would go wrong. And every dream that I had a situation like this. And so he's like, oh my God, it's everything that was going on in her. Every intrusive thought was coming
true.
Yep.
And so I basically walk into the venue being like, yeah, there's nothing we can do. We can't get this HDMI cord up. And I
Mind you,
literally
doors
said, I
are
was like,
supposed to be open at this point.
right,
They're holding off. We have not even done sound check.
right. And I was just like, let's call like Dodd Camera or someplace. Like somebody's
Mhm.
got to have a long ass HDMI cord. Apparently that's not what they do there. And so
Wild,
I
'cause
got
we've
to
had
run.
that situation happen before, and they've literally offered to go buy one, and I'm like, oh, okay, well,
It was
Yes.
crazy. And it was also, we were there and it felt like nobody was in charge.
Nobody knew what was going on.
We didn't know who the boss was.
Yeah.
And that never feels good.
No.
And so the answer was Rachel got to run the show from the back. Rachel had also never seen the show or ran canvas slides in her life.
Yep. Yeah.
So
you did a great job.
Thank you. But also your mic was being weird.
my
So Corey had to sort
God.
that out.
Oh my God.
It was an ordeal. And although I like to think like I do really well under pressure, I do really well under pressure as the back person.
Yeah.
As the professional, as the wedding pro, as like, hey, but if I'm in the
spotlight's not
spotlight
on me,
at that moment, that's not.
I'm scared.
Somebody else has to figure it out because I'm just focused on like not having a mental breakdown.
Oh, 100%. And that's Jeri and I are both pretty good at it at this point, at being like, hey, it's either going to get figured out or it's not. And if it doesn't, like, cancel the show. I don't know what to do. Like at that point, it can't be on us because we're here to just put the show on. I don't know what else to do.
Right.
There's everything else is out of my control.
And I think now, it's like the pressure is just like, your fans have paid to be there and you want to give them a good show.
Yes.
But if something goes wrong at this point, your fans are never going to be the type of people that are like,
yeah,
they suck.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to prove yourself to anybody who's there, really. Maybe like someone's like weird boyfriend.
Yeah, 100%.
But like
Which
it
has
was
happened before. But it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. But sometimes the boyfriends are like the best. Like,
oh my God, they're so nice. Sometimes they're so nice.
Yes.
And it's the best compliment because I know we're not who they would normally listen to. And when they come up and they're like, you guys were actually really funny, which by the way, love that compliment.
I think that might have been Josh's exact quote.
You guys were actually funny. And I'm like, you know what? I love that. Thank you.
I think he was like not prepped for it to be a comedy show.
And I don't think, some people, I don't think, they just think it's going to be like a normal podcast. Yeah, like we're just two people talking. I'm like, no, baby, we got a show.
No, we got a show. We got a show. And boy, do they. But it's over now. So sorry if you missed it, folks.
Yeah. At least for now. We'll see if it comes back in the future.
You guys gotta recharge. You gotta fully recharge.
Oh, we have to.
And take a step. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like tour is exhausting. I actually don't know how professional like musicians do it.
I don't get it. There's no part of me that can understand, like, especially when they have families. How do you go on the road for that long? And some of them bring their families.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's wild. That's wild to think about. Now, they probably also have tour buses that they're sleeping on and whatever, but the amount of wear and tear that travel has done to me, my back hurts so bad. Oh my God. Hotel beds are terrible. I can't do it.
Guys, and this is what I have got to say about hotel beds because I could go off. We're a foam generation.
Yes.
We are a foam mattress generation. Yeah. And I believe they're cheaper. They're at least cheaper for us to buy.
Yeah.
Maybe a wholesale spring mattress discount that Hilton's got, whatever.
I feel like they have the money for it.
Give
spring for it.
Me a foam mattress, please, for the love of God.
And for the love of God, better pillows. The way that the pillows appear fluffy and then
they
you
gotta
lay on
give
them
you 7.
And they're completely literally. I have to stack those bitches because it's flat as fuck. My neck is like this when I wake up. It's terrible.
I grew up with a mom who would pack her own pillows everywhere she went. And I also grew up with a mom who sandwiched herself between pillows.
Yeah.
Which meant we could get away with a lot as children. The way
your shit.
My mom was not concerned with what was going on in that house. Mm-hmm. We were getting out her frozen margarita mix.
Oh, yeah.
And by we, me, not my goody two-shoes older sister, me, at 14.
Yeah.
Mixing it with Sprite.
Oh, yeah. My parents had a bar downstairs, so I was doing the same thing. Liquor was the first thing I tried, and I was like, this is fucking terrible. Why do they drink this? But I'm drinking it straight, warm.
Do you want to know the first liquor I tried was, it was the summer after 8th grade. Okay, that first like night, we're adults now.
This makes me so scared because that's how old Noah is right now. Yes, I hear you.
And what I'll tell you is Noah's not in that friend group.
No, he's not.
No,
I don't think he is.
I know Noah.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
No.
I honestly think if Noah was offered a drop of alcohol, he'd be like, I have to call my mom.
Yeah, let me ask her first.
And you would probably be like, not that kind.
No.
We're not doing that.
Well, another kind, another time.
But
just kidding.
My friend just picked the alcohol that was at the back
of
her parents' liquor cabinet.
Sure, because then they won't know if some is gone.
Do you want to just imagine 5 14-year-old girls on Bacardi 151.
How did I know it was Bacardi? I knew it was going to be Bacardi. I was like,
My sister came home. She would have just graduated high school, to my dear friend Kristen vomiting everywhere, everywhere. And I'm too drunk to handle it. Yeah. And my mom hates this story being told because she's like, this looks like I was a negligent parent. And I was like, no, you're a hard ass sleeper. And you slept between two pillows. You weren't looking. And honestly, I was the type of kid that like you would never have guessed I was up to any of those shenanigans.
Yeah, I was the same way. That's why I got away with it so easily. They were like, not Ciara. And I was like, you have no idea.
Josh and I always talk about how our kids will not be able to get away with jack shit.
No.
Especially now, Ring cameras.
Oh my God, you can't do it. I have an alarm that even if you open up a window, the alarm system will go off in my house. So I'm like, good luck, Noah. You're not sneaking out.
I know, but I honestly feel like I would just like be in cahoots with my kids.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can tell your friends you snuck out, but just let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep tracking you.
100%. Right? Yeah, I'm going to have your location. You can like try to be a cool kid, but like I will make sure you're safe.
Be sneaky.
Yeah. I need to make sure you're safe because for me, I was doing very unsafe things.
Unsafe stuff. And I'm okay with you being slightly unmonitored.
Yeah.
You know, I get that. That's like when your kid's personality comes out.
Yeah.
When they don't think their parents are watching and like it's part of development. But I fear I'll try to be a cool mom.
Yeah.
But not the cool parents that are letting kids drink at their house.
No.
That was a wild time.
I know. And it happened. So I would go to people's houses where they were doing that, or like older siblings.
Can you ever imagine just like handing one of Noah's friends?
No. And when I was doing it, I was probably 15 or 16. So I'm like, you have 15-year-olds drunk at your house. First of all, that sounds like a nightmare to be in charge of. And then also, No.
It must be just like this thing of like, oh yeah, I loved going to so-and-so's house because his parents let us drink. I want to be that house for the neighborhood.
Yeah, 100%.
Something.
And I think they want to be like who they were in high school, which is the cool kid. Ooh. So I'm like the cool kid, but for the other kids. It's like, you're an adult now, baby.
Yeah, my kids are screwed. I wasn't cool. Josh was cool though.
I wasn't.
Well, in relative. He wasn't popular, but I think he was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was a bad kid.
Yeah.
He was a bad kid.
I get it.
Yeah. But were you good in school?
Like grade-wise?
Yeah.
Or?
Like, did you like school? Did you like
yes and no.
doing well?
Yes at first, and then the ADHD was hitting hard in high school. And so my biggest problem was I didn't go to school. I skipped
I fear you and I were exactly the same.
A lot of school. Like I perfected my mom's like signature so I can make my own notes. And she didn't know that I wasn't going to school until I think it was my senior year, and they had to call her and they were like, Ciara has missed like a third of the school days. My mom was like, what? They're like, she won't graduate if she continues. Yeah. And that was the first time my mom knew that I wasn't going to school. But
what were you doing?
Sleeping.
Okay.
I still to this day, I'm a night owl. And so I would stay up. Also, when I was a senior in high school, I had a boyfriend who he was in the Marines. Or wait, no, I'm sorry, the Army. But he went off to Korea. And so I know, South Korea. He was stationed there.
Oh my gosh.
It was
jet setter.
It was so sad for me.
Yeah.
But also the only time we could talk was like late at night was when he was waking up. The time difference was so crazy. So I'd stay up until like 3-4 in the morning talking to him.
You skipped school in the name of love.
I did. And it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
No, it didn't. But that's okay.
But yeah, I didn't really start skipping school until my senior year. And I'm sorry to you, Mr. Susel, and your Latin class. But I was not interested.
No.
I was not interested at all in that. But my sister was known as a very good kid and like was in like the leadership academies and stuff. Mm-hmm. I was adjacent to that, but I wasn't as diehard.
Yeah.
I didn't need the gold stars necessarily. But when I got in trouble for skipping because Mr. Susel was sick of it. Mm-hmm. You know, he was like the disrespect. I was sent to in-school suspension.
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
And I sat down at in-school suspension. And keep in mind, it's like 3 weeks left of school at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's so weird too that they're like, your punishment for missing school is we're going to make you miss more school.
Yeah, like you get to be in school suspension doing work.
Yeah.
But like I have 3 weeks left of my senior year. I'm not doing any work. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
But I think his name was like Mr. Shaw. And I literally sat down and he like knew of me. I also like he was part of the sports world, and my high school sweetheart was a really big athlete.
Mhm.
So he saw me in there and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, I was skipping school. And he was like, "Get out."
Go on,
The one time I tried to be punished was
No.
he was like, "We're not doing that." And I said,
okay,
"Thank you.
and I will be
Thank
leaving.
you. I'll go back to class."
Oh, I love that.
Because he was just like, "Get out."
What's the point? At that point, what's the point?
What is the point?
And then the problem with me was that I went to college and I thought the same thing would happen. And nobody calls your parents when you're skipping college class. They
No, you
just
just
fail
fail.
you. That's what I found out. So
Did you start at Kent?
Kent, like one of the branches.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because I was supposed to go with Jeri. And then my parents kind of dropped the ball on filling out my financial
FAFSA. Yeah.
aid situation. And I couldn't do that because I needed all of their. My
Yeah.
mom was like a single mom for a long time. So I needed her information. And yeah, so.
Yeah,
didn't
it also
work
kind
out.
of like, it's the smarter thing to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I lived in Kent.
I saved so much
So-
money. And also, it would have sucked if I would have been up there spending all that money and then also failed out the
You
way
would
that
have.
I did.
Some would say you would have paid quadruple
Yep.
to fail
Yep,
out.
exactly. And I wouldn't have my child because
Ex-
I got pregnant while I was here. So
Hey, and the perfect little segue.
thank you.
Hey, this isn't a Ladies and Tangents ad or anything.
It's not.
I call them guerrilla ads.
Yeah.
To Jeri. I'm like, an ad is being dropped on me like warfare in
You
the
never
middle
know.
of.
I specifically don't look at what the ads are so that she can also surprise
you.
me.
You're like, at this point, this is so
Yeah.
much fun.
I'm having a good time.
Don't
with it.
prepare me at all.
Yep.
But we are here to talk about co-parenting
Mm-hmm.
because it's something that so many people have questions about. And it's something that Ciara and real Dave, his name is Dave.
Yes, his name is Dave.
And have perfected.
Yes.
So
Thank
when we
you.
talk about Dave on this episode, it's not the pseudonym for my ex-husband.
No.
It's Ciara's real life ex who co-parents
Yes.
their oldest child.
Yes. And also, I would say I have a lot of experience because I was also a
Co-parented.
product. Yes.
Yeah, that's
my
it.
parents divorced when I was 3. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My sister was 1. I was 3.
Okay.
And so I've known nothing but co-parenting for like a very long time.
That would had to have been pretty helpful for you early to know, like, I do not want this type of a relationship.
Yes. Yeah. And honestly, I will say they were kind of who I modeled it after because my parents were actually great co-parents.
Yeah.
I mean, they were and they weren't, but I never knew about the parts where they weren't until I
good.
was an adult.
Okay.
Like they didn't let me know that there was fighting or anything. Like
good.
they didn't talk bad about each other. When they would go out and see each other like at school events or
Yeah.
whatever, it was all
Perfectly civil.
everything was fine. They seemed like friends. And I was like shocked when I heard that there was bad things in their past.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I guess, and I've never thought of it like this, but I was also co-parented.
really?
I mean, my parents divorced when I was 14,
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you were
but
older.
little different because my dad had legal, like they had 50-50 like rights over me, but
Mhm.
I never slept at my dad's.
Yeah.
He was like not interested
Yeah.
in having a child in his home.
I was going to say, and that's, hey, dads, right?
He was not interested in that.
That I only saw my dad, I think at that point, like there wasn't a lot of split custody whenever
Mhm.
my parents split up. So my mom had full custody. I saw my dad, I think, every other weekend.
Yeah.
So, like twice a month was all. And we would spend the night, but like Saturday to Sunday, go home Sunday. And that was it. So
Wild.
I know. And sometimes we would see him during the week on like a Wednesday, a random Wednesday.
Yeah.
But that was not an all the time thing. So it was very different.
And backtracking a little bit, because I don't know much about Dave other than you like him just fine. And he's
Yeah.
a good dad.
Yeah.
How long were you together?
Well, here's the deal. We sort of dated right when I got out of high school ish, and then we broke up. There was a lot that happened. Like we were both in kind of a dramatic situation where one of his very close friends passed away. My aunt passed away at like the same time within
Okay.
3 months of each other. So I think it was like not a good situation. So we broke up, but then it was a back and forth. Like
Yeah.
we were never fully apart, even when
Okay.
we were apart. But I dated other people and then I go back to Dave and
Yeah.
then he dated other people and then we get back together. And so technically when I got pregnant with Noah, we were not even dating.
Okay.
We were just kind of hooking up.
Right.
So
Okay.
when I found out, I was like, well, what do you want to do? What should we do about this? Because I was young. Obviously, I found out like the day before my 20th birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
That is so crazy.
And I was like, if you're down to do it, like do you want to try like being together and doing this together? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's when we started. We moved in together when I was like 6 or 7 weeks pregnant.
Okay.
And then we were together from then on until Noah was a year and a half old. That's when we split
and you
up.
were like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
And amicable for the most part?
No. Well, yes, when we split up. Yes, when we split up. And then we had some issues
navigating that next step
in the beginning. Yeah. Like very amicable when we split up. And then it was kind of like things happened.
A lot to navigate.
Yeah.
It's a lot to navigate, as I'm sure like any breakup is. And then you add in a kid and you're like thinking about yourself and probably having these emotions and then being like, but wait, does any of us actually matter?
Yeah. And I was so young. So like a lot of it was on my part.
He's a little older, right?
Yes. He was older than me by a couple years.
Yeah.
But I think for me, he moved on very quickly. And I did too. But like mine wasn't serious. He went on to marry and have a baby.
Okay.
And they're still together. So she's Noah's stepmom. She's
lovely.
Nothing bad about her. But at the time,
I was a 20-year-old with a new baby.
That was and I think at that point I would have been 22, but at a year and a half old. And all of my peers are in their going out stages. They're still in college or just about to graduate college. And like, they're like living life. And all of the people that were his age were kind of having families and settling down. And so to me, I was stuck in this like, I was very jealous of the situation. And then I got into a bad relationship after that. And so he didn't like it, obviously, because his son was involved. Very valid. But there was fighting that happened there. And so.
When do you feel like you guys hit your like stride? When you got out of that?
No, even before, honestly. I think it would have been maybe 6 months to a year of fighting.
Okay.
But not hard the whole time. There was maybe like 3 or 4 months where it was like intense fighting. And after that, I think he called me and he was like, do you want to go out to dinner? I feel like we need to talk. I feel like he knew me and I knew him very well. Like we were always good friends. That's why we kept
coming back to each other. You were always comfortable with each other. You trusted each other.
And like we knew each other well. Yeah. So I think for him and I, it was very much like I know that your best interest is him.
Yep.
I know that, he knew that about me as well. So that was what he said. Let's just put all the other shit aside and let's try to go out to dinner and just talk about Noah. Let's talk about, because I think at that point he was going into preschool. Mm-hmm. We wanted to talk school stuff and all that. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And we went and it was very cordial. He brought Aaron, who's his wife, and their new baby because they had just had a baby. And I think I held their baby at one point. Like, so it was very fine. And Noah was so happy seeing all of his parents together that I was like, oh, this is so
that made the biggest difference for Madison and Ciara.
Yes.
And, like co-parenting with her ex, John, and just Eric seeing like, I have all these parents. Mm-hmm. And not everybody gets to have that.
Yeah.
And I get that, but it doesn't come without the shitty part.
Yeah.
Like it is a lot of fighting and bickering. But I think, in this situation and, with Madison, it's like you had to make a new foundation. Mm-hmm. We couldn't build this relationship off of the one that was broken.
Exactly.
We have to start.
Let's completely
the foundation
start
is
over
with our kid.
Yes. And to us, it was like, yeah, we're friends, but we also, we both knew that like, hey, we're family. At this point, you and I are family. Mm-hmm. So it was very much, we have to get along. Similar to how I've had issues with my siblings or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, at the end of the day, we're family. So we're going to bicker. We're going to fight. We're going to not agree on a lot of shit. But we are family. And so we have to make this work for now, at least.
Yeah.
So that's what we started to do.
Perfect. I know we have a lot of like questions to go over. So I'm going to pull up my phone and do that. This is an interesting question to start with.
Okay.
What is one thing that everyone seems to forget about why this is hard?
Like, I think the idea of like people inherently are emotional people. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're driven by emotion. It is very hard even when you know the right thing to do, right? The right thing is to like put the emotion aside for the child. The biology behind having to actually do that is so difficult.
Yes.
It's so hard. And I don't fault people
Mm-hmm.
for not being able to, especially in the beginning, especially when one partner moves on and maybe the other one doesn't, or especially if, you know, there was a lot of disrespect in the way that things
Mm-hmm.
ended or cheating or whatever. Like, I don't blame people for it being rocky. And I always want to say that because I think when I talk about how well it is for me and Dave now,
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that I'm
It was
like,
just easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
yes,
Yeah.
or that I'm looking down on them if theirs isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But because I know, like, you're dealing with love, right? Like, you guys loved each other, or at least for a time there was a connection. You were building a life together.
Right.
So whenever that ends, that energy, right? The love energy is going to turn into something else. And that's going to fuel a lot of bad things, I think.
Yes. So like the reason why it's hard is because you're walking into a new chapter of this relationship, but you haven't gotten rid of the feelings.
Exactly. And nobody knows how to navigate it until you're in it. Like, so you're basically walking in blind to every situation. You're like, I don't know how to do this. Yeah. Even me, who had been co-parented, I was like, how do I navigate not seeing my child for a week?
Yeah.
Like, again, the feelings that come with that, the emotions of not having him wake up every other year on Christmas with us, you know, and missing those moments with him, or watching him be a big brother to someone who wasn't my child.
Yeah.
Was so hard. And I think those things you don't know how hard it's going to be until you're thrown into it. And then when you are, you're like, oh, I'm feeling it everywhere, all in my body.
And I think, you know, what we're more aware of in our generation is like, not making that the kid's problem. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of my friends, like I can think of that grew up like children of divorce that were doing custody and every other weekend and all of that. Like they felt this pressure to like not show that they had a good time.
Yes.
Or that because it was like, I don't want that to make my mom upset or my dad upset. So it's like, they're already playing this almost double life.
Yeah, and you're teaching, not that you're meaning to, but those children are being taught to hide or suppress or manipulate, lie about their emotions to please other people.
Right.
So that they don't make other people angry. And that's, I really had to like find the comfort in the discomfort of things when it came to that, because there were times that Noah would come and he would say like, I want to go back to my dad's house, you know, especially whenever he had a little brother to play with and he had no one at my house. Or I remember one time, and this is something that still to this day, it hurts, but I get it. Okay. He would say about Dave and Aaron, he would call them my parents. But I was his mom because I wasn't with anybody. I wasn't married to anybody. I didn't have a long-term boyfriend. So it was so like, interesting. These are my parents. And I would be like, oh, I'm your parent. And he's like, no, you're my mom. That's my parents. And
interesting.
I never corrected him.
Yep.
I wasn't like, no, I'm your fucking parent. You know what I mean? I didn't get emotional. I didn't get heated. I had to go into the other room and I was like, okay, because it hurt.
This is semantics of a 6-year-old.
Yes,
this is semantics of a 6-year-old.
No, I think at that point he was like 4. He might have been only like, he was so young, so he had no idea that like. He was just like, what? You're only by yourself over here.
Yeah, those are these parents.
I have a full family over here, which was triggering my own insecurity about the fact that I was a single mom doing it in a way that was, and they had a full family unit over there.
They had stability. Yeah. And you didn't.
But that wasn't his fault.
Right.
And I didn't want to make that their fault either, because it wasn't on them either, that they were in a stable situation and I was a mess.
But that shows like incredible growth for you. Thank you. At a young age. Yeah. Early 20s.
It was hard. I think at that point, I would have been like 25. So, but again,
that's impressive though.
The reason why was because of my parents. I remembered, like, I knew that there were probably, because I would say all the time, oh my God, I love going to my dad's. I'm obsessed with going to my dad's, because I never got to.
Right.
And we got to do things that we didn't get to do at my mom's.
Sneaky
and
stuff.
All the time. And I had a friend that lived right by my dad's house. So I would always go over to my friend's house and we would play. And so I would just like gush about what a great time I had at my dad's. And I'm sure that hurt her feelings a couple times, but she never showed it to me. She never let on that was hurtful.
Yeah. And I think it's normal for it to be hurtful. I know like Madison will struggle with that because she is the weekday mom.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it's
so of course weekends are going to be like,
you know, like they don't live in the same school district.
Sure.
So you kind of have to pick one. And also Mads works on the weekend. She's a wedding professional. So it's like logistically it makes sense for him to be where you don't have to arrange childcare.
Yep.
He's with his dad. He's safe.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come without that like, you don't get it. The reason why it's not fun here is because you're in school. We're doing homework.
There's structure during the week, and then the weekend's the fun
fuck
time.
off.
Yeah, the weekend.
Get the fuck off with your dad.
Exactly.
It's so rude.
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
but that's amazing if she doesn't show it as well.
Oh, sometimes she shows it.
Hey, you know what?
And again,
I won't fault people for that because
she does it in an age appropriate way.
Oh, sure.
You know,
he's older, right?
He's 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I think she's able to have these conversations of like it's not always going to be fun here.
Mm-hmm.
And she has like opened his eyes, like, you know, Eric, like who takes you to the doctor?
Yes.
Who takes you to the games? Like, yes, your dad comes to these things, but like
I'm showing I care about you and love you in different ways.
I'm arranging
Yeah.
these things. And of course, like your dad is going to have a different kind of like attitude,
right?
You know, like it's his weekend. Like he doesn't have to work. Like I'm juggling work and parenting you and taking you to school and your extracurriculars. Like
exactly.
He is getting to an age where like he can understand that. Because for a while it was like, why aren't you fun?
Yeah.
It's like, bitch,
I'm trying to make you a good person.
I'm trying to make you a good person.
And that's hard work for me too.
Right. It's tough.
Yep.
This is also a great question. So many good questions. How do you best support someone who is co-parenting a toddler? So like as a friend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good question.
I think for me, especially.
I was going to say you were a support person, so I feel like this is a good one for you.
I called myself a co-parent.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
At some point, because especially Mads and I were at the time like building our business.
Yep.
And so like she was traveling when I wasn't. Like we were like splitting responsibilities.
Yeah.
And it was just about like being able to know Eric.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like I think Madison found so much peace in knowing that like I knew her kid.
Yes.
I knew what he liked. I knew what he didn't like. I knew like how he preferred to sleep. And like also I didn't have children.
Yeah.
So I had that energy.
Yes.
I let other people love him. So like my mom and her partner and my dad and like Eric was like our first grandkid.
Yes.
You know, he really felt like that to us. And so I think like truly and deeply loving the child.
Yes. And
feels so good because I think when you're a single parent, sometimes you feel like you're on an island.
Oh, 100%.
Like you're the only one that knows your kid.
And you just lost the other person that does. So it's like I now had like a team member who kind of understood the same thing and how the routine goes and all the stuff. They're gone.
Yeah.
And now I'm navigating it by myself. So yeah, you're 100% right.
And being able to like celebrate like because I think so often you're like, yeah, like, you know, he started walking. Making it a big deal.
Yes.
Like trying to play this like a cheerleader, but also just like a confident like role in their life.
Yeah.
And I think that depends on capacity and what you're able to handle. But like for me, I think that's why like I developed this relationship with Eric that like it honestly, even though I don't see Eric often because he's in school. A lot of times when I see Madison, it's because he's at school.
Exactly.
It's because we don't have to watch his ass.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's because he's gone. And so when we, you know, take time together or, you know, sometimes like the girls and I will go over after school. And I think one day I was over there by myself and Eric was like saying something to me. And Madison was like, Eric, like, don't say that. I said, you don't need to be the boss of our relationship, lady. Like him and I have got it going on. And I think that is being able to like develop your own relationship with your like friend's kid.
Yeah.
Because that's what they want to see. I think you want to see their child like bonding with other people and trusting other people.
Yes.
And it's something I think as a single parent you worry about is
Mhm.
like, I know they are bonding with other people, but I don't get to see it.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I think maybe I guess it depends on who you are, but some people might feel like, oh, you know, my friend doesn't get that much time with their kid anymore, so I don't want to intrude or be a bother.
Mhm.
But like, be there.
Yeah.
Be the community.
Be the community
Witness
and the family.
it.
Yeah.
Witness it in real time, in real life.
100%.
Because nothing feels better than your kid doing something and being able to look at another person,
And be
another
like,
adult.
Isn't this exciting? Oh my
Yes.
God. Yes.
It's
You're
like that,
exactly right.
you know, shared joy.
Yeah, because I was doing things, you know, I'd take him to the park, I'd take him to go, and I was doing so many things alone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did have my friend Kristen was super good about doing that, but she worked a lot. Like we both worked at the Roadhouse together.
Yeah.
So, like she was working a lot. So when I was just like going to the park by myself, and it was so sad because you do see a lot of families together or people like that, and then you're like, oh, that's right, I'm just here.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it. And you know, things like if he was doing the monkey bars, you're right, it was like I had no one to look over and be like, oh my God, can you believe that happened?
Right.
It was just me. So yeah. Good answer. Also, I would say on the times they don't have their kid, be there for them then too, because those, especially holidays,
Mhm.
especially like the first weekend or week away, can be so tough. Like you
Yeah.
don't realize how tough it is until you hit that mark, and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I feel like a piece of me is missing. So I liked being distracted, having friends that would come spend the night with me, and just so I wasn't
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah. And like the toddler stages, it's just tough in general, but
Yes.
there's also so much growth.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, just having capacity where your friend
Mhm.
might not is
Yes.
so crucial.
100%.
Do you have anxiety when they're with the other parent, and how do you handle not being in control?
Yes. I will say yes. Even though I know they're great parents, I have OCD. So even now, I mean, he's on vacation with them now.
Okay.
And it is so hard for me to know he's in a different state. He's
Yeah.
at a lake. They're doing things like tubing and
Yep.
they're going hiking. And
Mhm.
I remember before he left, which this was bad. I'm trying to get better with my ERP, but I was like, you know what? Do you know what to do if you see a bear? Like, if you see a black bear. You know what I mean?
Ciara?
And he was like, Mom, you're giving me anxiety. And I was like, I just want you to be prepared. I'm not going to be there with you.
Hey, bear.
Yeah.
Just practice your hey, bear.
I was like, you take sticks with you, you bang them together. But I'm sorry. It's just who I am.
Madison are so much alike.
I'm trying to get
It's
better.
so funny.
I'm trying to get better.
Madison's not trying to get better, so that's what I think is so funny. She's like, this is who I am.
This is, well, I mean, unfortunately it is. And I tried to tell him that. I was like, I'm just doing it because I don't know
If you
they'll-
know.
Yeah,
What
and
if you know?
I don't know if they've told you that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to cover all my bases here.
Yeah.
I do trust them completely with him, and he's never really had like issues, but it is hard when you're a parent who likes control of a situation,
Of
OCD, and you just have to trust. So it's a fun little ERP. It's a fun little exposure for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't help now that he has the Bark cell phone, and so I do have his location.
Yes.
So I am constantly checking that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a healthy level of that. Like when they're on the road back home, I'm on that shit. I'm checking just to
Yeah.
make sure that they're good.
I know. I do that with Josh too.
Yeah, I feel like you have to.
Right. Because sometimes I think it with OCD and intrusive thoughts, it's weird one to manage because sometimes I wonder if we didn't have people's location,
Yeah.
would it be worse?
Oh, I think yes.
You know what I mean? Like, again, it's like there's that reassurance seeking of like, okay, are they on the way? Are they okay?
Yeah.
You know, is my husband getting fast food on the way home, not telling me, you know, hey,
All of the
I can't
things.
say I haven't caught him many a time. Can't say, I'm like, he's been in Streetsboro quite a while.
Yeah. What are you doing in that
What are you
drive-thru?
doing? Like, hello?
What's
I usually
going
just
on?
screenshot it. Be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're trying to get a meal before you come home?
You not picking me up anything or
That's
what?
rude as hell. But sometimes I wonder, like my dad's anxiety and intrusive thoughts are so bad, but he grew up in a time that he didn't have any
can't-
access to any
Cell
reassurance.
phones or anything. Yeah.
Right.
So
So
you just had to hope for the best.
yeah, but now it's bad because I mean he's in his 80s, and if we don't text back right away, even if like I have not seen the text, he's like, "You okay?
Yeah.
You okay? Yeah, Dad. It's just been 15 minutes.
Yeah. I just
I'm
didn't have my
busy.
phone on me.
I have my phone on me." And
I promise it's okay.
I think it's shocking that you, as an 80-year-old, can't remember that There was a time where you call someone and they wouldn't get back to you for a week.
Yeah. They would be like, oop, I missed your call. And so
And he's
sorry.
like, I gotta, where are you? What's going
What are you
on?
doing? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think, lack of control is always going to suck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you just have to trust in it. And
If you can.
if you can, and if you know your other person, know your other parent, because I trust Dave because I know Dave. So I know there are some people that are not in situations where the other parent can be trusted.
Trustworthy. Yeah.
And I don't want you to think that I'm saying just fucking trust them.
No, but like if you can get to a point, whether it's, 1 week into co-parenting or 5 years into co-parenting, if you can get to a point where you can sit down at dinner and say like, okay, bottom line, we love our kid.
Yes.
And know that like, I think there are always going to be things like, access to video games or like things that seem minor, right? That it's like, as a mom, sometimes it feels so big.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I don't want them to have a Switch.
Yes.
I can't control if they have one.
Yeah.
At their other parent's house. I can't control it. And just trying to like, I know for Madison, it was just a lot of holding her hands up.
Yeah, you have to. You got to get used to holding those hands up sometimes because
she made the decision to have kids with this person.
Yes.
And yes, this is now the outcome.
Yep.
And sure, they don't align on every single thing. But at bottom line, they do want what's best for their kid.
Exactly.
And even if that doesn't look exactly the way you imagined or exactly the way it would be if you had full control.
Yeah.
Like,
you just got to roll with it.
Yeah. You
got to roll with it.
Got to roll with it, unfortunately. It's not a good feeling. But again, as long as you can internalize that, medicate what you can out of it, and go to therapy about it and not put it on your kid.
Yes.
You were doing a good job.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. The feeling is not the enemy.
No.
Yeah. This is interesting because I think we might have to play a bit of pretend, but I do like this question because I've never had a stepmom.
Okay.
And you're not a stepmom.
No, I'm not, but I have had one.
Okay. Yeah. Suggestions for how to deal with the idea of never being called mom as the bonus mom. It's such a tricky line to walk as a bonus mom. And like, what are some tips?
So they want to be called mom.
I think just knowing that you play a parental role
and you don't
get the credit.
I'm going to say this nicely. That's not up to you.
Yeah.
So I think if the child... You don't need that validation is how I'll say it. You don't need the validation. If you're in the parental role, I would hope that you're doing it for the love of the child and not for the validation of being seen.
Yes.
And I know that's hard. I know that's hard because you want that validation and like, I want to be seen for what I'm doing because it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But same situation where they were, Noah was saying, these are my parents, you're just my mom. I know that he doesn't call Erin mom and she's never wanted to be called mom because he's never wanted to. So that was never something she pushed on him. But for me, it was hard that he was saying parents, but at the same time, I was like, I can't, if he's comfortable calling them parents and he knows who I am and he knows that I love him, in the back of my mind, what I always thought with Erin and then with my step parents and everything was that the more people that can love this child, the better. Like you were saying, the community behind it. So everything else is just kind of like, and I know it's hard, but you just have to realize that like you're not doing it to be called mom.
Yes.
You're doing it because you love that child.
And being called mom doesn't mean, especially to a child, that you're respected or loved or appreciated.
Nope.
It is just a name.
Yeah, it is literally is.
Like, like my kids love my mom. She's not called grandma. She's called Bigga. Like has the title for us holds weight.
Yes.
Especially when it's like you want to be a mom. You love them. They feel like your kid.
Yeah.
Like what a wonderful thing that you've been able to like open your heart and your, home to another child that isn't biologically related to you. Being called mom, them calling you your name is like the equivalent. It's who you are to them.
And you won't be their mom, but you are a different thing. Like it's not better or worse. Like I think of Erin as another parent, which
Mhm.
she is. And I don't think that that means I'm better than her or she's better than me. She is fucking phenomenal.
Right.
She's a very type A person.
Yeah.
So she's the one, she's making doctor's appointments. She's filling out school papers. Like we work as a team.
Yep.
And I think you just have to remember that it's all a team effort for this person or for these people
Yeah.
who are relying on you to just take care of them and love them.
Yep.
And everything else is kind of like
Yeah.
you just have to get through it,
Yeah.
I guess.
And I think it's hard. Like, I don't know the relationship you have, like, with your stepkids, like, biological mom, who
Mhm.
is obviously being called mom, but, like, giving this woman the benefit of the doubt is like, she's the mom.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe, you know, grew the kid,
Yeah.
wanted the kid. Like, there is such a weight that holds when you are the mom.
Yeah.
That seeing it being given to somebody else would feel really shitty.
I'm not gonna lie. If I knew that he was calling someone else mom besides me, like both of us, that would have broken my heart.
Yeah.
Also, would I have gotten over it? Probably. Yes. Similar with the parents thing,
Yeah.
but it would have hurt probably pretty bad because it was such a like, you know, I grew you in my body.
Yeah.
And we have a bond.
I
him and I.
transformed the moment I was called mom.
Yes. Yeah.
And to see that, like, it would just feel very complicated.
Yeah. Again, no disrespect. I'm just
No.
saying from a
Yeah.
mom's point of view who's had another woman in her child's life since he was a year old.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the jealousy is there sometimes.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a little bit of what you're feeling, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to call it what it is and just be like, hey, maybe I'm feeling these feelings.
Yeah.
As
And it
a
might be
me
misplaced. Like,
problem?
maybe it's
Yeah.
not about not being called mom, and it's about not being appreciated or seen or validated.
100%.
Because I think, like, what's funny,
And
like,
for me, my whole thing was that it was triggering the insecurities I
Yes.
had. Like you can try to get to the deeper part of the problem and realize that maybe it's not about what you think it's about.
yeah. And I know, like, for Eric, you know, he has a mom and a stepmom and
Yeah.
a dad. So, you know, Mads is lesbian, married to Ciara.
Yep.
He calls them his moms,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't call Ciara mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even in a situation where, like, it's not a mom v mom, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Madison's mom calling Ciara isn't like a slight to her dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
But even in that situation, Ciara, he will say, like, I have two moms and a dad, you know,
Yeah.
but he calls Ciara.
Yes.
And I don't know if that would ever change.
Yeah.
Just because kids are, like, creatures of habit. You know?
Exactly that.
he-
You get just like used to it.
Can you imagine just, like, retitling somebody? Like, it
No.
would feel very weird.
And if they want to, like you get a small amount of time when they're a child and
Yeah.
then they have fully formed brains. And if they see everything that you've done and it's their choice to be like, hey, you've been a mom to me. I'm going to call you mom now. Maybe if the other parent wasn't around
Yeah.
or whatever. Again, I don't know your situation, but like then, you know,
Yeah.
that's a thing you have to wait for at time, but it is always their decision. They have autonomy.
They have autonomy. They get to decide.
They do.
And it doesn't mean that you're not appreciated or loved. But
Or
it's
that
also
you are any less than.
very hard for a child to show appreciation. So do not hold your breath.
So true.
Look to that from your husband. Or yeah, because
Those kids don't.
they're
not showing it.
No. We kind of touched on this, but as a child of divorce and now a parent myself, how do you cope being away from your kids?
Oh yeah, it's tough. It's always tough. Again,
Yeah.
I've been doing it now for 13 years. It's still hard. I think if there's a little bit that you can, like, it depends on the age, obviously. I know that Jeri will talk to her boys on the phone. Like FaceTime is great nowadays.
Mhm.
Like you can FaceTime. I couldn't do that when Noah was a baby.
Right.
There was no FaceTiming.
Yeah.
So like I
It
maybe
was just
could
like,
get
I'll
a
see
phone
you on
call,
that day.
but like he wasn't calling me on the phone. He didn't
No.
give a shit. Like he was 2. If they were like put you on the phone,
That was my fucking pet peeve with Madison is we'd be at a wedding at like dinner and she'd be like, I'm going to go call Eric. I'm like, he's 2.
he's
Like I'm telling you, you're not getting what you think you're getting out
No.
of this conversation.
And like I think for us as parents that are away from them, it's definitely more for us, right?
Yeah.
We want to show them, hey, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Hey, I love you and I want you to know even though I'm not physically with you, I'm thinking about you and I
Yeah.
love you. But I think you can do that in other ways. And like with Noah, what would make me feel better was when he would come back to my house being like, what'd you guys do?
Yeah.
And hearing about the things that they did and how excited he would get about certain things they did made me feel like, okay, I know you weren't with me, but honestly, I was working most of the week. Would you have had those experiences if you were at my house? Probably not. You would have been at a babysitter's house or at Nana's house. And like, you got to go do all these fun things with your brother and your other parents. And like, that's awesome. So I think that's helpful.
The hardest part as you like grow into it is probably like holidays.
It is rough. It is rough. And we have it like, honestly, in our court agreement, we have like, this holiday is your holiday. This holiday is my holiday. Blah, 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 blah. Right? They have it.
They always do it, yeah.
But we try as hard as we can to make it work for whatever holiday.
Right.
Like, can we go to this? Now, my parents are divorced, and then me and Dave are separated. And then then I'm remarried. My parents are remarried. So it's so many places we could go. So I always also give Noah, like, where do you want to go?
Yeah,
do you want to go to this? And if there's two
would you rather go to this or go to this?
If there's two things that are on like the same time, I'm like, which one would you rather go to? And I always tell them, you won't hurt my feelings. But whatever one, you'll have more fun because they have cousins over there. For a long time, he didn't have cousins his age. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you pick their house.
Yeah.
But if you want to come see our family on this side, then please, by all means, you're welcome. But we always kind of let him choose. And I hope that most people can get to that point where you can kind of like at least see them for a little bit on the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or make it work. Because I try to remember, again, as a kid, I wasn't given that option. I was kind of just told what to do and where to go. And there were times that I would go to my, no shade, if you're watching and you're my family, I would go to my step-parents' household, like his family stuff, and instead of my dad's. And I was or I would be taken from my dad's when I didn't want to go so I could go to and I was like, these people are not
my family,
my real family. And I want to be with my cousins. Like Jeri was at my dad's side. I was like, I want to be with my cousins. Like I was having fun over there. And it just sucked that I felt like I had to be like, now we have to go to his side of the family stuff. So I don't know. There's that. And then also when you don't have them, just try to find stuff that you want to know what I learned how to do? I taught myself how to crochet, and that's how I kept myself busy. I taught myself how to crochet. I would deep clean my house. I would go do things for me. I started getting massages. Like I would do things to keep my attention off of the fact that I was alone for the weekend. You know what I mean? Just trying to find things that you can't do when you're a parent and you have your kids around all the time.
No.
And then it was kind of nice. I was like, I get to get a massage this week. Like, I get to go to appointments that I wouldn't be able to go to because I'd have to get a babysitter or whatever. Yeah. Or I'd work my ass off.
You will adjust.
Yeah, you will.
You will.
It's hard and it never stops.
There'll be weekends or things or events or whatever where you can't have your kid and it will feel like shit. Mm-hmm. But you will adjust to the schedule. And like in your situation, I'm sure your work schedule revolved around it and all these things. And honestly, for like some of my friends, like it's given them the freedom to provide better for their kids because
100%.
They have that break.
Oh yeah, it's kind of nice now. Whenever we go on tour, I make sure that I do it on weeks that I don't have Noah. So then when I'm home, he's here, and then it's like, I'm already going to be gone. I don't feel like I'm missing too much because he's with his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I know a lot of people ask this question, and although Ciara can't speak from experience with Dave, a lot of people are asking about co-parenting with a narcissist.
I knew that was going to come.
Yeah, someone who maybe won't follow judge's orders or do anything agreed upon and is flexing control over the child.
That is first of all, I just want to say, I'm so sorry to everyone going through that.
Yeah.
I dating a narcissist and he was very abusive to me. I thank the Lord all the time that we did not have a kid together.
Oh my God.
Because I know how difficult that must be. And I just want to say I'm so sorry. I don't know how you get through it except to tell yourself this isn't permanent.
Yeah.
Time is on your side because when I look back and realize I've been co-parenting for 13 years, it does not feel like that.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it's flown by. I have 4 years until my child, and by the way, he's 14. If he wanted to decide
So crazy.
and write a letter to a judge saying, I want to be with my mom or my dad full time, he could do that.
Yeah.
And they, that we could go back to court. So you don't have to do it forever.
Yeah.
I would say just get through it as well as you can and as respectfully as you can. Knowing you're being disrespected is so hard. I know it's so hard.
Yeah.
But like, keep in mind that your child is watching.
Yeah.
And, if you handle yourself with grace and respect, your child eventually will grow up to know what the fuck is going on. Right? They're going to know. They're going to be an adult someday. They're going to be a teenager. Like, that's the thing. With me, my mom never told me when I was a kid. I grew up, I started putting puzzle pieces together. I started figuring things out.
Yeah.
And it changed the way I viewed things, but through an adult lens.
Yep.
And it doesn't mean that I am now fuck you to whatever parent, because I also know that they were, both young and whatever. But at the same time, I think it's helpful to remember. I always try to think that with Noah. Like, no matter what, if they're especially in the early days, I was like, no matter what, eventually he's going to know the truth. They're going to know the truth, and they're going to know that person, and they will decide, hey, I don't want to talk to this person anymore.
Right.
Hey, I don't want to have a relationship with this person. Hey, I want to live with you 24/7.
Right.
And you can go tell a judge, and a judge will do that.
Yeah.
So,
and they're going to come to that conclusion. And I think instilling skills in your child on how to listen to their bodies.
Yes.
Name their emotions.
Yes.
Honing in on those communication skills that they probably won't get at the other household, and removing yourself as a pawn in the other person's life.
Yes.
I think so often in narcissistic relationships, you think if I'm getting the brunt of it, my kids won't.
Yes.
And it's just not necessarily true.
Nope.
And the best version of yourself that you can give your kids is one that is free from that kind of abuse.
Even
if,
right.
as shitty as it sounds, even if they can't be away from their other parent, I really, really believe that communicating through the courts app in these situations is the best thing you can do.
Gray rock the shit out of every communication as well. I have told so many people that I know who have gone through some scenarios like that. Same thing. Document everything. If you have a phone call between the two of you, you need to be recording that. Yeah. Go through a courts app. And then I always, even when things were messy between the two of us, we had a third party person that would come with us.
Yeah.
Either his dad or my dad would come with us to drop offs, and it was never at each other's houses. It was in another location.
Yeah.
And again, you can't control what happens over there, but as long as you're documenting things, and don't just gray rock. Don't what am I trying to say? Don't engage. Don't engage in the back and forth. They want you
They
to
want
do
you
that.
to.
They want
to be in control of you.
And they know that they can because a kid is involved.
Yep.
And you just have to be like, okay, I'm going to stonewall this situation because you're on borrowed time, basically. Yep. You have a limited amount of time where I have to deal with you at all. Because I don't have to after 18, really. Yeah. I mean, you're going to see each other at events, but after that, I don't have to go back and forth with you.
Right. And even then, if this person is as toxic and shitty as, you say, your kid will figure it out if you're able to give them the emotional intelligence,
tools.
The skills to decipher who's a safe person, what's safe communication, all of those things. And you can't change your parents. There is a reality where even if your parents narcissistic, they might still love them. Yeah. But you see through them a little bit better.
Yeah. Your children they'll know what's up.
Right.
Even as Noah's gotten older, and this is just with other people in his life, he's things that I've never said out loud to him, he'll say to me, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, I know. Yeah. I've always thought that. But he'll
just as they evaluate random relationships and dynamics in your family and friends and stuff.
They'll see it. They'll see through it, and they just will know what is what. They're kids are far more intelligent than we give them credit for.
Observant as
Very observant. Even if you think they're not, they're clocking everything, every interaction, everything. And when they get older, they will still have those memories, but be able to put it together with an adult mind.
Yeah. And I think the lack of control is nauseating as when you're dealing with a narcissist because you don't know what's going on or what's being said. That is your reality.
Yeah.
There is no other reality that you're in other than that one. And I think about like Madison, who was raised with, her mom had died, her dad got married, or wait, I call her Addison. I call this version of her Addison, not to throw shade, but a narcissist. Like she was raised along a step parent who has a lot of narcissistic tendencies and characteristics. She's the most wonderful person I know.
Yeah.
Your kids are resilient.
Yeah. And you
of course you want to avoid every little ounce of pain they could possibly have.
Yeah.
But they will be okay.
They will be okay. Kind of good for kids sometimes to go through situations like that because it's giving them tools to learn how to navigate that in future relationships.
Yeah. Of course we don't want them to.
No.
Of course not.
You want to save them from everything. But
I say this to my friend Caitlin all the time is like we are raising resilient children.
Exactly right.
Our goal is not to make them comfortable 100% of the time. Our goal is
adaptable, resilient,
intelligent.
Yes.
Emotionally available.
Yes.
And everything else that they're dealing with outside of that is beyond our control.
Yep. Oh,
and
love that.
Yeah. Like, again, I am best friends with a person who was raised by a step-parent narcissist, and she's amazing. She's so smart. She's so clever. She's so like, it isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One would say that I also know of.
And this is not an abuser.
No. Those are different things.
This is the mental gymnastics narcissism.
Yes.
Abuse
if you
is different.
Suspect abuse, you need to be documenting it and definitely reporting that to authorities. Just document the fuck out of everything.
But like people that are emotional manipulators and like psychos mentally.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Hey, I know of a person who knows of a person who also had a step parent who was a narcissist, and let me tell you, they're doing fine as well. They're navigating life well, and they don't really speak to that person.
Right.
So
your kids will grow up into adults.
Yes.
And we are raising adults.
That's exactly right. I know right now it feels, especially when you're in it with a toddler situation or a young child, it's like, oh my God, they're going to be young forever. They won't. I swear to God, I blinked and I have a high schooler. So
it's batshit crazy.
It's so quick how fast it goes, knowing that I have 4 more years and then there's no like co-parenting anymore. I'm done with co-parenting in 4 years. Yeah. That is wild to think about because it has felt like my entire life.
Yeah.
But one day it will be over. And then when it's over, it's over. And you just have and
your kid will just decide where they go, when they go.
And it's all on them. And as long as you've given them the tools and you have a space, I've told him multiple times, I don't care where you live. You will always have a room here. You will always have a place here. You always have your things here. If you choose to want to spend all the time with your dad, okay. If you choose to live with me, amazing. You can stay here as long as you want. If you choose to move out and get a roommate or go to college, all of those things, amazing. But it's not forever. Co-parenting's not forever. And I know that's scary sometimes, but it's also awesome to think about sometimes.
Yes. Use it as a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Because it won't be forever. And it's crazy to think you've been doing this for 14 years.
I know.
That's batshit crazy. He was just a little kiddo.
He was just a baby.
I know. Because like I've known of Noah for like 7 years.
Yes.
Like seeing that like, whoa.
Small child.
I know.
And now it's like he's going
to drive soon.
I know. It freaks me out. And then what? Talk about not having control. Oh my God.
How long can we have a bark phone? Can we have a bark phone at 21?
Yeah. And we will. I will be having his location constantly.
I know my dad today was
as long as he wants it.
I cannot see your location. I see you've edited my phone. And I was like, you still have my location, Dad. Did you click on my icon?
What happened?
Like, don't be a weirdo.
I feel like this is user error.
Yeah, this is 80-year-old error here. But thank you all for your questions.
Thank you so much.
I hope this was even remotely helpful.
Yes.
And You're not alone.
No.
I'm
And
sure
again-
there's many a Facebook group to
Yes.
vent and bitch. And
There's so many, honestly, and you're going to find more people around you. Even in the small community I have,
yeah,
a lot of co-parents. And so
Yeah.
it's very nice. You will find community. Not everyone, and that's what I want to say about me, not everyone is going to know every situation. So I can only give what I have, but you will find other people who are similar enough to you.
yeah,
Grow that community with them.
yeah.
Just
Grow
have that
community.
support.
And don't be afraid to ask for support. Like going back to one of the first or second questions we answered about how to help with, your friend who's co-parenting
Mhm.
a kid. It's like, don't be afraid to ask for that kind of presence. Let
Yes.
people know you wish people were around more. Like,
Yes.
don't be a martyr.
Yeah. No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
People love you and they want to be there for you.
Yes, true. So thank you guys so much for listening to me and Cece. My friend Cece.
Hey.
This is For Better and Worse podcast, everybody. I'm Rach.
I'm Ciara.
And we're out of here.
Goodbye.